Namaste, Vitruvians, and welcome to Vitruveo Spotlight, Season 5, Episode 3 from Dubai. I'm very happy to be here. This is at a different time because I've had to juggle my schedule a bit given the different time zone, etc. And but I'm excited to be here. It's very early for Mike. It's 5 a.m. Pacific time, so he may or may not join. I'm not quite sure. He's usually an early riser, so he may still end up joining. But I wanted to make sure that we still have the spotlight on every Friday because we've done it for over 55 weeks now. So just never wanted to miss one. Um, anyway, I must confess, I am a little bit jet lagged. It's a 12 and a half hour time difference. So bear with me if I stumble a little bit. All right. Okay. I think we can just get started without further ado. This spotlight will be very short and to the point. There will be lots to report on next week. But this week, I just wanted to give you some quick updates on a few things that are critical and up reaching the target. So that I think that's too many targets in one sentence. So let me explain that to you. It basically means that the rebase will not only cause the rebase to occur when reaching a transaction, so but it will transaction goal, but it will also only increment then. So let's say that on day one, it's 10,000 is the goal. Um, Previously every day it would have increased by 500, so by the end of the first month it would be 500 multiplied by 30 in addition to 10,000. Now only when the 10,000 is reached, the the counter will increment by 500, so the next goal is 10,500 and it will remain that until 10,500 is reached. And then when that is reached, it'll increase by 500, so at that point it will be 11,000, and so on and so forth. So this makes it much more practical for us to achieve our rebasing goals. So hopefully everyone understood that. If not, we'll clarify it. But basically, this is better because it makes the transaction goal easier to achieve. So it looks like my audio is not so good. Yeah, um, that's what I'm seeing in the comments here. Oh, it's a bad connection. All right, let's see if we can fix that a little bit. Um, Let me try something here. Uh, okay, it's good now. All right, cool. Okay, all right. So it was just bad earlier. So just to repeat, the protocol will be updated with the rebasing change. The target will increment by 500 only when the rebase hits. So that's the main change. All right. The next thing is the booster VUSD grant sunset. So as you know, all boosters were granted VUSD in order to help kickstart the ecosystem by buying artworks. So all those grants are scheduled to expire on October 31st. So it's use it or lose it. So this does not impact the VUSD grants that are through other sources. So for example, if you were airdropped one or you earned one through some other channel, that won't be affected. This is just for the booster VUSD grant. So if you if you have those VUSD grants as of October, after October 31, they will all be revoked, and then essentially be recycled, because we are planning on enabling a new patron program where we enable seasoned collectors who are already in the ecosystem to match their VUSD purchases with grants. So exciting, but also it's important for booster holders. If you're holding those, use them or lose them. All right. Next up is some Vitruveo airdrops. These have been a long time in the coming, and I know a lot of people patiently waited for them. So this is two groups of people, validators and super boosters. We are still pending Vitruveo airdrops to you. So those are coming up in the next few days. So we've got those lined up. And this is in line with us clearing up a backlog. Every week we get 2 or 3 things done, and we are very close to just being completely caught up with our backlog, where most of the things that are on our pending list are pretty much done. So we're getting close to finishing it up, and I'm excited about that, because I know everyone has waited patiently for some of these things, and I appreciate giving us some extra time to take care of it. Okay, the next one is staking on Scope. Now, I know this has been delayed beyond, well, it's been delayed a lot. The main problem is that we have had to prioritize some other tasks that are time sensitive for the Dubai conference, and owing to that, the staking kind of fell down the list. It's on my task list. I'm completely responsible for this. I apologize for the delay in it. There's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so many things I can prioritize. And since we are at this conference, it absolutely had to take the highest priority. But just to let you know, I've finished the final testing on it, and just need probably another 3 hours of work on it, and of dedicated work on it, and be able to launch that. Again, I know this is well delayed. It's been weeks, but something or the other has taken up time. In this case, everything related to the Dubai conference, which I'll talk about momentarily, has just risen to the top, and as a result, this was lowered a bit. I apologize for that. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Vortex limited edition NFT Orbit. So as you know, we announced this last week, where there's a founder's NFT, Vortex Orbit, and there's 1,000 of them. And I wanted to clarify how you can acquire it, because there was some questions on it. So the Veo page is being updated right now, but just so you know, there's 2 ways in which you can acquire that. For each $250 purchase of Veo bundles, you will be airdropped 1 Vortex Orbit NFT, and you can also buy it with 1,000 Vitru. So people wondered, do they get it if they go and get a $250 bundle now? The answer is yes. So all purchases as of 10 a.m. PST October 11th, which is last Friday, will be included for the airdrop. Now, the Veo site is really important for our conference. It's sort of, let's just say, the highlight of my presentation there. And so we are upgrading it with a bunch of marketing content, and we're including specifically 3 things in there. The referral bonus. So for every $250 in Veo referrals, you get one vibe. I will clarify that and make sure that's included in there on the page correctly. But the main thing is we are including the Orbit NFT on the site, so it's clear that you are eligible for one. As you increase the slider to $250, the Orbit NFT airdrop will light up. You can also buy with Vitru, so we are adding that feature also. So currently the site is set up for USDC only. So we're setting it up for Vitru also. So you'll be able to do that also. So this site is super important for us for the conference. So there's a bunch of work being done on it right now. My goal is that it's up and running before a day before the conference, because people will start hitting it. All right. I'm sorry about the audio. This is a hotel Wi-Fi, but hopefully the slides communicate what's going on there. All right, I will look at questions in a bit. Let me finish going through all the materials here. Okay, let's talk now about Xibit. So Xibit is clearly one of the focal points of our conference because it's the most developed and most advanced of our entire platform, in addition to the protocol. So last week I reported to you that we were in QA with Stacks, and today I'm very, very pleased to report that Stacks is now live. Let's look at it. So this is our main site. By the way, you can now go to it directly with exhibit.app. It just redirects you at the moment, but soon we will have those URLs properly working. So we've tweaked the URL quite a bit, sorry, the page quite a bit. You'll see that things have been cleaned up here. All the navigation is on one row now. So there are lots of minor updates to the site, but the main thing is that we have a sort of top level nav bar for all our properties, and this gives you an idea of what's coming. Everything that's gray is coming. So for example, here's a buy VUSD page that is coming up very quickly here, where anyone can go and buy VUSD for the purchase of for the purpose of purchasing artworks. But that VUSD will be unfettered, unlocked, so it can be used for any purpose in the ecosystem. So search is now live, and so is Stacks. So anything that's lit up here in white is, or green means the current site is available. So now, if you go to Stacks, you will see that it is live and functioning and beautiful, and it invites everyone to curate. And any curations that are done currently will show up here live. There's previously a spreadsheet that people would have to submit to in order for me to track it for my buying blitzes, but that's no longer needed. We may still keep that in, but it's not necessary. Your curations end up here directly. And this site has two particular features. One is these cards. If you click on a card, it will take you straight to the results. So you're back to search, and you see all the results. And if you click on play, it will show you that visualization for the stack. So in this case, this was a grid visualization. But if it was, so here we go. Here's a video. There's a couple of videos here. Here's another video. So you hit play, and it will actually start playing that right away. So it's a great way to experience all the visualizations that are there. So this is a key feature. Now, one of the things we are still tweaking is, for example, some of the layout things, etc. But it's pretty close to being production grade at this point. One thing you'll notice, which might be annoying to some of you, but it's deliberate, is that when you click on these, they do open in a new window. And we thought hard about this, and we really felt it would be beneficial to not lose context as you're navigating. And so open to feedback on that. Completely open to feedback on if that's an annoying feature, or if it's better to keep the user sort of in the same tab. So I'll continue, but first a sip of chai. I haven't forgotten my chai. I got my chai here too. One of the things we wanted to do is to really invite people coming here to really get into curating, so anyone can curate. So it is fun and easy. And when you click that button, it takes you with curation already selected and ready to go. So you can start choosing artworks right away. So that's a neat little feature that's there. And yeah, the other thing we did was on the curation here, the sorting is organized by curator. So if you're looking for your curations, you can sort by that and find the curator. So now there's a lot of them that are anonymous, but that was because we had a sort of earlier. We have data from earlier. We haven't chopped that off yet, but we may clean up the data a little bit. But The latest is the best way to find it. We're going to clean up the layout here a little bit so it's a little clearer. But here it does tell you how many stacks someone's created. So yeah, it's getting there, folks. It's getting there. We're excited about it, and I'm sure this is a marketing channel for us, and it's a way for people to make money. So we'll definitely give it the attention it deserves. Okay, so the other thing we are had talked about last week is about stores. I'm going to talk about it in a little more detail. It is currently in development and extremely fast tracked. Now, I must say that a lot of my time this prior week, along with Ariko's time, has been working on some bad actors abusing the system. So been tweaking the contracts again and again, and really doing a lot of sort of analytics, not analytics, sorry, analyzing of data, etc. It's a complete waste of time. I have better things to be doing, such as working on staking. But there are some seriously bad actors abusing our system right now, and our goal is to block them as quickly as possible. And so, thank you, Arco, for all the time you invest in that. Thank you, Doc, for all the time you invest in it. But we want to make sure that our systems stay safe from abuse. The primary thing that these bad actors are doing is they are taking the content, the work of artists who are sort of successful in the space right now, and unknown to that artist, they create a profile with their name, their identity, everything. They just copy everything wholesale, including the artworks, etc., and list. And so it becomes a big challenge for us because we obviously do our legwork in verifying it. That's why you have the first consignment. You have to go through moderation. But now one of the new things they are doing is that they are also bypassing studio, and they are hitting the contracts directly. Now you're probably wondering, well, why is that possible? Well, uh, our focus, our ethos is decentralized. We want it possible for anyone and everyone to build tools around our smart contracts. So the smart contracts are designed to be that flexible. That's not a vulnerability; it is a feature. So because we never want to be in a situation where anyone says that, oh, you're not decentralized because you have the Xibit software, etc. The contracts for the asset manager, etc., to consign are open, and anyone can actually use them. So one of the things we've done is put restrictions on the vaults. But because with our current contracts, anyone can create a vault, they are abusing that particular feature. So that abuse will go away the moment the VUSD grants are deprecated, because at that point, it becomes pointless for them. They can't just sort of claim with the VUSD grant they received. Now, the thing is that these are bad actors within our ecosystem, right? So these are not strangers. These are people who have gotten VUSD grants, who are abusing them and taking advantage of all these features. So that's okay. It's only short-lived. Uh, I'm working on addressing the contracts this weekend to prevent the abuse, and also the VUSD grants will be deprecated soon anyway. So this problem will be behind us. Once people have to buy a VUSD in order to purchase the artwork, the obviously the desire the ability to abuse goes away a little bit. But anyway, we are doing the best we can on this, and thank you again, Ariko. He's a super investigator. He's a detective pro, going through and analyzing things in great detail and helping me out by reporting all the transactions that are problematic. All right. Let's go on to look at the roadmap here. I want to make sure that everyone's aware of how things are coming along here. So as you can see, everything in green is done. Everything in pink is what we are currently working on. So stores is our feature that we are currently working on. And as you can see, in October, we were supposed to deliver stacks, which we have. Now we are working on the stores alpha. I already saw the first few screens there. And by the way, this is another reason why the staking feature is kind of delayed, because in order for stores to be developed, all the detailed requirements, all the screens for it, all the architecture for it, all the contracts related materials for it, all have to be in place so that Team Brazil can actually work on it. Otherwise, the work comes to a standstill. So I had to prioritize getting that done because I didn't want to have that delayed. It's an important feature for the visit here in Dubai, and we want to stay on our timeline. So stores is currently in progress. We expect that it will be in beta in early November. And then, of course, comes the big one, which is streams. Streams is the most important thing for us. It is sort of, it brings everything together, and it is the realization of the promise of recurring income, long-term sustainable income. It all comes together with streams. But in order for streams to be present, we need all the other things to be present as well. But currently, we are rock steady on our timeline, on our roadmap. Everything is proceeding exactly as planned. All right, let's go on to the next item here. This is what I wanted to really highlight for everyone today, and for the reason that our update today is, our spotlight today is kind of short. But first, a sip of chai. All right, so let's look at what we are doing in Dubai. So I'm here for a little longer than Mike. Mike's going to be here for 4 days. He'll be here on the 20th and leave on the 24th. There's two primary goals, and I'm focused on both goals. But Mike and I together are focused on the primary goal, which is to present Vitruveo to a crypto audience at the Blockchain Live conference, with the goal of reaching investors, exchanges, and partners. So let's go look at what we've got going there. So at the Blockchain Live conference, they have a startup pitch feature. So that's on October 23rd at 12. And I learned about the conference late, but we managed to get in, and we are one of the last entrants into the startup pitch. So the startup pitch is pretty interesting because there's investors in the audience. There is a jury. There's a 12% jury who gives you feedback, and there's also media attention there. So you can go check out this page. It's blockchain-live.com, and you can see the jury is basically well regarded professionals in the crypto field, and there are various funds there that are present, the crypto investment funds, and you can check out the previous performances. But here are all the startups that are pitching, and as I said, we made it there as the last one. So there are 9 in all, and we will be pitching. Our pitching order number is number 7. That was drawn by lottery. So out of 9, we will be the 7th startup on the stage. So wish me luck. I will try and bring it and do my best here. So what I don't want to share my whole deck, which we had to submit. By the way, that was another task. I keep talking to you about some of the tasks that have taken up my time. But the pitch deck was due last week, and so had to get that done. But I'm going to come back to this slide, but I want to first show you one of the slides that's on there, which I think will interest everyone. So we want to report on the capital and the tokenomics to the audience there. So wanted to address that Vitruveo is 100% community funded to date, no institutional capital. So far we have raised 2.1 million in community funding, and our wrapped Vitru is currently trading on the DEX paired with USDC. And our current raise is exactly 1.4 million, of which we have 400 already raised. And so basically, our goal now is 1 million. So we are, and the specific purpose for it is listing on the SEXs, liquidity, and operating capital. Our target centralized exchange timeline continues to remain Jan 2025, which means starting in November and December, we'll be working toward working with the exchanges and getting online. Now, a lot of people I see in comments, etc., about how easy it is to get onto an exchange. Think about it from the perspective of tokens and coins. It is not usual that most of the listings are for a new chain. A new chain involves a lot more than just listing a token on Ethereum or something like that. That's easy. A new chain involves working with their dev team to integrate our RPC nodes, Usually they ask for their own dedicated RPC nodes. They do performance testing. For example, they want to be able to do 100,000 transactions a minute, things like that. So sometimes when there's peaks, there's a lot of transaction activity, and they want to make sure that even though it might not be normal transaction load, when the peak hits, they don't want a problem. So listing on an exchange for a chain is a lot more involved than listing just a token on an existing chain. So the lead time is much. So we have to start working in November in order to get the business deal done, then get the technical integration done so that we hit our target of January. And by January, I really think it should be right away in the new year. It should be as early as possible. So that's the goal, but we don't control that. The exchange marketing teams control when we go live. So for right now, our focus is get that million in, and absolutely the primary focus is now the centralized exchanges, because our product is built. We have significant traction, especially now with the introduction of the gaming vertical. It brings into focus a new area of Vitruveo, a new vertical of Vitruveo, which is very, very attractive. So I think everything is looking good. All the work we have done so far, all the work I should say you have done so far, in order to bring down our sort of free floating supply is really valuable, because now we can hit the exchanges and know that things will go quite well. Of a circulating supply on the slide here of 60 million, 36 million is still treasury controlled, 20 million has already been staked or locked, and the active free floating active supply is just 4 million, which is amazing for an L1 chain. So I think this slide is going to be critical in my pitch. And as I said, I won't share all of it, but I'll present the deck later. But getting back to Dubai here, the secondary goal, after obviously one of the things we do at the conference as a primary goal is we have this pitch and we network with investors, exchanges, and partners. Nothing is guaranteed, but you network as much as you can and try and get as many deals done as you can. Blockchain Life has a nice mobile app where you can identify other people in the audience and set up meetings with them. So we'll be doing a lot of that. It's good old networking, pounding, pounding the conference payment, if you will, and just talking to people and seeing what deals can be made. Now, the secondary goal, which is a much tougher goal, but which I'm up to the challenge for, is to meet with as many gallery owners one-on-one as possible to pitch Xibit stores. Now, it should come as no surprise, given what the media talks about in crypto, that most traditional art gallery owners are very skeptical about digital assets, the whole Web3 ecosystem. So we've, thanks to Pam, we've been working on creating a nice pitch deck for them also, uh, which really addresses all the objections they may have. Like Web3 cannot be trusted, it's a bunch of scammers, why should I do this? How will it dilute my brand, etc. There's a bunch of it. And as soon as that pitch deck is done, we will share it. So because one of the things we want out of this is to invite and really request anyone and everyone in the ecosystem who knows a gallery owner to share that deck with them, and to we have a form set up that we'll be including a link to in that deck, so they can indicate their interest to us so we can follow up with them. But what we are doing is we are creating a complete workflow to onboard all their artists onto Web3 very effortlessly, using only an email address, no crypto knowledge needed, and really make it very simple for the gallery owner to bring their gallery to Web3 with a new audience, and also bring their collectors and patrons on there also. So the it's going to be a traditional sales approach to overcome objections, and sell the benefits. And there are over 70 galleries here. My goal is to meet with as many of them as possible. And our overall goal is 10 galleries for our beta, and we'll be seeking at least 3 in Dubai. I hope to close on those deals. So really, it's just traditional sales, and anyone who's been in a sales role knows that you just keep at it. It's a grind. You keep pitching, and hopefully you'll be able to get a few to go for it. So that's really really important, and we'll continue to do that. And uh, just wish success. Give me one moment, please. There's someone at the door here. Sorry about that. So yeah, so that's kind of what Dubai thing is about. Yeah, the sorry about the doorbell. That was housekeeping. So this is I should have put a do not disturb sign on. I forgot to do that. Anyway, so that's our Dubai thing. It's jam packed. We're trying to do as much as possible in very little time, and you know get going. The gallery owner thing is very both interesting and a bit challenging. One of the things is by having these conversations, we'll learn more about what their needs are and what their objections are, and we can adjust our platform to meet their goals. All right, I'll let's see. Got through that. Okay. One last slide, and then I'll start taking your questions. I did not do the buying blitz this week because I was in transit, but I'm going to combine that with our Saturday Night Fever here. So it's at a new time. It's at 11 a.m. PST, which is 6 p.m. UTC. We'll do the Vortex airdrop and the buying blitz, and I'll be sure to post that on X so it's clear to everyone. All right, let's take some questions now. Uh, all right. Southern Fried says, sending all the most positive vibes and all the best luck to you. Thank you very much. When will the new AI detector be live, Nick, for patrons? Yeah, so uh, that involves me getting the team together and us discussing the requirements, etc. That's another thing on my to-do list, which because of Dubai has gone a little lower in the list, but I'll pick that up next week and get going. And with the community team, we will be able to announce when we'll be able to get things going here. Let's look at some more questions. Will gallery partnerships bring new patrons? As Aris, that's the idea. So when we onboard a gallery, we also we have a plan to onboard all their patrons, and this is where all the unused VUSD grants that we are recycling basically from boosters, we're going to match them with the patrons. We are going to give them an incentive where if they buy VUSD, we will match a portion of it as a grant, therefore giving them more ability to buy artworks, etc. Um, uh, all says, would you pitch the unique feature of rebasing and the possible use case? Uh, in in my pitch at Dubai, yes, we would be pitching. That is included in there, but it's not sort of a highlight or thing. The pitch is exactly 6 minutes, guys. So it's pretty fast, and I have to communicate a lot in that. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about how rebasing is critical for long-term sort of passive income. It's really important there. Lots of people wishing me luck. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It says here, Ariko the goat. Absolutely, yes. He's extremely instrumental in the success of this platform, especially with regard to weeding out the bad actors. Um, yeah. Jason says you'll smash it, Nick. Well done. Thank you. I appreciate the confidence. I'll do my best. Um, Uh, KEKW21 says, when accessing the studio, my antivirus goes off saying it's a suspicious site. Yeah, I'm not sure why that would happen. Uh, I guess we'll check on, see if there's any safe site directories we can be added to and things like that. Tate asks about Booster and OG perks. Yeah, so one of the things that has happened as a result of this is going to happen as a result of this protocol change is that the perks feature is being removed from the protocol and being deployed to a smart contract instead. So I don't have any information on how that will work currently, because honestly, I don't know yet. Because there's a need for an automated trigger to happen, and that's why it was in the protocol. Smart contracts can't do anything on an automated basis; they have to be called. So that's the big challenge, trying to figure out how to solve that problem. We will have a solution for it. And my ETA, give it not the next week, because we'll have too much to get done in the coming week. But the week after that, I'll commit to talking more about perks and having the answers on that. Um let's see. All right, yeah. So as I mentioned here, today's spotlight was supposed to be fairly quick and just get some updates to you. I think the main takeaways are that we are in, well, at least I am in Dubai. Mike will be joining me in a couple days, and we are very focused on these goals, which is present Vitruveo to investors, exchanges, and partners. Uh, I don't know if everyone realizes, but this is our first public sort of uh, if you will, announcement regarding Vitruveo, with the whole new vision and the updates, etc. So it's almost like a coming out for us. It's interesting, and yeah. So we want to get in front of as many people as possible, and I'm optimistic that it will go well, and that we'll start networking and get some result. I'm not quite sure about how things will go with gallery owners. That's completely up in the air, but we're going to find out. Look, the way these things work is that you go in with a plan, you go in with a vision, and then you take your customer feedback and you adjust accordingly. We are very, very agile. So if we hear that there's a certain type of feature or a certain expectation that gallery owners have, guess what? We will build that in very rapidly into stores and meet them where they are. You can't expect people to come to where you are, and we'll be meeting gallery owners on their terms, and really make it attractive for them, because 84% of the art market is not yet in Web3. That's our market. That's the way we are going to get Vitruveo to be really, really big. So that's the story, folks. So lots of work to be done. I'm gonna do my best to stick with the timeline as much as possible, but I hope you understand that people ask when all the time. When will this be done? When will this be done? And so we kind of give you an estimate, but you have to keep in mind that estimates are always changing based on current priorities. So I apologize for things that are delayed. We try and stick with them as much as possible, but it's a shifting set of priorities, and so some things are delayed. I apologize for that again, and will do my best to get things done as quickly as possible. But that's it for today. I will see you again tomorrow at Saturday Night Fever. We'll have some fun, and I'm actually I scheduled this at this time because there is an art event where there are going to be a bunch of gallery owners already there. So I'm headed for that shortly in 2 hours. Well, actually, now 1 hour. That was 2 hours at the beginning of this call, and kick things off right away. So I'm excited for that. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you joining here and appreciate all your support. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.